everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rosa, and today I'm super excited to share with you one of my favorite recipes, and that's near and dear to my heart. It's my family sweet potato pie. My mom used to make this during the holiday season, and it always has been a dish that brought all of us together. It definitely wasn't a holiday without the smell of sweet potato pie in the air. But today, I'm gonna recreate that recipe by making a vegan version just for you. So let's get started. Now when it comes to sweet potatoes, most people only think of the classic sweet orange potato, but in reality, there's many more varieties. Most people are familiar with the jewel sweet potato, which has a light orange skin and flesh. This variety is moist and watery and are mostly used for boiling, baking, and casseroles. There's also the Japanese sweet potato with its reddish purple skin and white flesh that actually turns golden when cooked. This variety is sweet and firm and tastes best when roasted or steamed. There's the boniato, also known as the Cuban sweet potato. This variety has a light tan skin and white flesh. The Hana sweet potato also has a tan skin and white creamy flesh, but turns yellow when cooked. Sweet potatoes are a good source of beta carotene, and it's also a precursor to vitamin A. They're very filling and high in fiber. But for our sweet potato pie, the rich, creamy orange variety really gives it that perfect, comforting holiday flavor. I have the sweet potatoes baking in the oven for about 40 minutes or to fork tender. And while that's baking, let's make the crust. When my mom made sweet potato pie, the crust always came out so tender and flaky. So that's what we're gonna go for today. I've already pre-measured the ingredients that we're gonna be using. We have our butter, our sugar, our flour, and our water, and a little bit of salt. In order to achieve that flaky crust, we'll need to make sure that the butter and water are ice cold. With a fork, we're gonna cut the butter into the dry ingredients to resemble coarse crumbs about the size of small peas. Doing this will ensure that the stiffened butter is evenly distributed throughout the dough, creating pockets of flaky layers. Now we're going to gradually add 1 tablespoon of cold water to the dough until it comes together when you press it. However, it should not get to the point of being sticky or wet. In the past, I would wrap the dough, put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes, take it out, and then roll it out again, and then put it inside the pie pan. But now I cut through that, and I just decided to actually press the dough into the pie pan quickly, pop it in the fridge. It eliminates that step, and you're not handling the dough too much. While the dough is chilling in the refrigerator, we're gonna make our filling. To make the filling, we'll start by roughly mashing the cooked sweet potatoes. Then I'll add the remaining ingredients. Sweet potatoes are packed with nutrients. They're rich in vitamin A, great for the eyes and the immune system. Plus, they've got fiber, potassium, and antioxidants. They're one of those foods that taste amazing and are good for you. Let's add in some holiday spices. I'm going with cinnamon, nutmeg, and a little ginger. Coconut milk gives this filling a richness without using dairy, making the pie perfectly smooth and delicious. Before we add the filling to our pie crust, we need to blind bake it for about 10 to 15 minutes to prevent a soggy crust. I want to emphasize that this temperature is to blind bake the crust only. After the crust is baked, we'll reduce the temperature of the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. Now let's pour our filling into the pie crust. Be sure to smooth it out so it's nice and even. This is going to bake for about 50 to 60 minutes or until the center is set and no longer jiggly. The pie will firm up more as it cools. Alright, so the pie is all done. I let it cool on the counter for about 2 hours, and then I finished cooling in the refrigerator overnight. So we're gonna give it a try. Wow, oh nice. Look at that texture, oh my gosh. It's delicious. It's creamy. It's just enough sweetness. That crust is nice and tender, but firm. It's absolutely delicious. It reminds me of home in the holidays. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. And if you want this recipe, you can find it in my new vegan holiday cookbook. And I'll leave the link in the description below. Thanks for joining me today as I recreated one of my family favorite holiday desserts. And with that being said, I'm Rosa, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.